Today we got the interior out of the Miata and get it prepped for a roll cage. Dash is out. That was a bit more complicated than I thought. We have a lot of fun wiring from the previous owners. You can tell we don't have a rat problem, but the car has a rat problem. So next step is remove all the HVAC stuff. Again, that door card, and then just see where it takes us. Basically anything that's not sheet metal, out of there. There's a lot of proof here that this car lived its whole life as a street car. There's seat warmers, there's Sirius XM, there is a backup camera. There's all sorts of wiring goodies that I get to clean up. All right, so now that the car's been stripped, we can go ahead and throw it on the trailer and take it off to the cage builder.
No, we're good, we're good. Shake the steering wheel real fast. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Well, we've got to put the car back together, but first things first, we need to paint this cage to protect it from rusting. This is untreated metal, so it will rust very quickly. While we're in here, we've already pulled the interior, so let's go ahead and spray both the cage and interior one shot and really bring this car back to life. So the first thing we're gonna do is seal up these welds and all these holes in the floor from where the butterfly brace was before. So I went ahead and cut these little biscuits, and they'll fit nicely over those holes. We'll seam seal it in, and then we'll go ahead and seam seal over the welds for the floor drop. And then we can go ahead and start doing other chassis prep for the cage for the paint. Car is masked off. Next step is primer, base, and then clear. So let's get some primer on the entire interior and cage, and then we'll bring out the color and then just clear on top of it. Well, the paint took a little longer to dry than we thought, so we had to improvise. But we decided to make a little extension of our shop space. Now that we're all painted, we need to remount the ECU. The factory location is behind the passenger seat, and I've always found that a massive pain to remove the ECU, especially trackside if something's going wrong. You have to pull the whole passenger seat, it just takes way too long. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up this ECU harness, pull a bunch of the extra hard mounting protection off, rewrap it, and move the ECU down to the passenger footwell where the factory blower motor mounted. Give us a little bit easier time accessing this. So we got a new ECU mount made out of some scrap metal we had. So that's up there now. And then we turned the engine wiring harness into something less of spaghetti. So now putting the seat in the car, we ran into some fitment issues, and unfortunately the seat wouldn't sit flush. So I had to come down and beat it flat. So not without its troubles, we got the seat mounted. It's a little off center. It's just the nature of this floor drop, this seat, somebody my height. You look in here, we still got a little bit of room we can go over, but going over brings the floor pan up. So it's a compromise, and seat is close. It's a little bit cocked to the left, but it's good enough to test the car. Next up is roll bar padding. Turns out metal hurts when you hit it at high speed. So we've got SFI rated padding. We're gonna put on anything I can hit. So that's gonna be the door bars, around the head, feet, up top, really anything I can smack at impact. Cool, so we got the door bars done. Next up is gonna be down here in the anti-intrusion bars where the feet go. I would like to not lose my ankles, and then we'll move up and finish off the driver compartment where my head goes. I don't have a lot of brain cells, and I would like to keep the remaining ones that are there, so. Bar padding is in, brain cells protected. I'm here with my buddy Pop-Tart, who's gonna help me clean off the old glue and install the windshield in. All right, well, windshield's in. That actually wasn't that bad. Laid the sealant down, 2 suction cups, and just set it in. We've got tape up top, kind of holding it up until the sealant dries. We should have about 24 to 48 hours of cure time with the temperature and humidity that we've got in the shop. I think that's pretty much it. It's put mostly back together, enough for a track day and enough to be safe. We still have to do a tech inspection, obviously. Got to check our wheel bearings. We have to check our tie rods, suspension components, but the seat's in, padding is in, cage is painted, the mirror is in, everything is where it needs to be, and I'm super comfortable taking this out on a racetrack. So I think that's it. I think we're ready for our test day. Luckily, it's just in time. We have to leave here in a couple hours. Test day's tomorrow, so that's what we're gonna call it. Windshield's nice and in, nice and firm. It's not squishy or anything. It's in there. So yeah, Miata's back together for the most part. We still have, obviously we've still got a ton of stuff to do for the grid life prep, but for the test day at Barber, we're mostly done. So I'm gonna call it. Thanks for watching. We'll see how well she does on the racetrack.